Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is A Course in Miracles 365, Awakening to Love, and I'm Reverend Tomas. Special thank you and shout out to all of you who have recently subscribed to this channel. There have been a number of you, and I very much appreciate your being here. So welcome, welcome. What you can expect is A Course in Miracles. What else, right? A Course in Miracles. And where we find ourselves is right at the beginning. In fact, chapter 1 of the text, we've just begun the very first section, which is known as Principles of Miracles. There are 50 of them, and we're taking this slowly, 5 paragraphs at a time. We're doing 11 through 15 here, paragraphs 11 through 15 today. And I'm doing it this way because the interesting thing about this course is that it is completely holographic. Every single paragraph contains the entire thought system. So too does every single sentence. It is complete and utterly seamless. Even when it may appear to be contradicting itself, it is not contradicting itself at all. What's going on is we're experiencing resistance to the ideas, which, by the way, you can count on. I mean, who's really ready? I mean, really ready to entertain right off the bat? There is no world, the central teaching of A Course in Miracles. There is no world. Oh, you know what that means? There's not this either. So that shortens the line, so to speak, doesn't it? You can tell I'm excited. You're here. You're here. There's something in this material that's speaking to you. So I invite you to tune in for the entire video each and every time that I record it. I don't know what I'm going to say that's going to be exactly what you need to hear. Exactly what you need to hear. Now, that could, of course, come as a rather abrupt statement to you. You may see it as a challenge, or you may also see it as a kind and uplifting affirmation, a confirmation of all of the loving things that you're doing in the world. I don't know. Incidentally, as a teacher, this is a large part of the reason why I do this. I never know who may be listening, and we don't know that. Part of the beauty of 21st century technology, like podcasts and YouTube, is that we don't know who we may be reaching. And that is true whether you hold yourself out as a teacher, an instructor, or not. You don't have to. You never know what a miracle you perform, what a kind word, a kind gesture, an act of forgiveness. You never know the impact, the broad reaching impact it's going to have on someone else. Do you? And therefore, let's all go forth and perform miracles. Yeah. Remember, a miracle is any shift from fear to love, any shift from the ego to God, a shift in thought systems. This course, A Course in Miracles, aims to bring about a complete reversal of our perception, a different way, 180 degrees different of seeing ourselves, of seeing everyone in the world with us, the world itself. Remember, what world? We're doing paragraphs 11 through 15. And I just want to say before we hit some of the highlights that this is just a summary today. We could spend an entire hour or two on every single paragraph because, remember, every single paragraph, every sentence contains the entire thought system of this course. So, paragraph 11 talks about true prayer. This is the way we interrelate with God. I chose that word deliberately. Interrelate, it's how we communicate with the Creator. True prayer. I invite you to check out the short and very beautiful supplement to A Course in Miracles known as the Song of Prayer. We just covered it recently here on this video series. So in fact, you won't have to scroll very far to begin seeing those videos popping up. Very, very beautiful. Talks about true prayer. Quick hint, it's not a prayer for stuff. Even if you need a new t-shirt or your old car is run down and you need a new one, true prayer is the way we naturally communicate with God. And it has nothing to do with objects in the material world. Quick summary. All right, the next paragraph, paragraph 12, correctly, and of course correctly, states that miracles are thoughts. Yeah, this course, A Course in Miracles, is done at the level of the mind, where it's needed, naturally. It's for us to change our minds. And it mentions a couple of different levels of thought. Now, we've just said there are no levels or orders of difficulty in anything. In truth, there aren't. There's simple awareness of oneness, perfect oneness. That's truth. And what we have here for teaching purposes is a distinction between two verbs, make and create. This is very important, and it's an idea that you see repeated throughout this course. We make the physical. Creation is spirit. Create is spirit. God creates. We create with God. One with means we certainly create with. Yeah. This is the reality. It is truth that we've never left. We simply appear to be having this experience. And we actually do make the physical. The mind projects everything that we appear to see, including the physical body. Other physical bodies, dogs, cats, birds, rattlesnakes, yeah, everything that we appear to see. It's projected, including space and time. This does quite naturally mean that mind is outside of space and time. It's not what we're taught in our biology textbooks. So I hope you're ready for a fun ride. That's the highlight. Miracles are thoughts. Next is paragraph 13. And I'm laughing to myself here because I'm thinking about the very first lesson in the workbook. This house that I see outside my window does not mean anything. Remember those very first lessons of the workbook for students if you've been through the workbook? Paragraph 13 right here in this segment of the text refers to that same idea. We'll put it in a different context here because the workbook and the text are designed to go together. They really are. Of course, a picture that you see behind you, behind me on the screen, or in front of you or behind you, I don't know, right, does not mean anything. The screen does not mean anything. This microphone that sits right off camera right over here does not mean anything. This physical body does not mean anything. The reference to paragraph 13 here is miracles they undo the past. It's the undoing of the past. Now, in the workbook lesson, the past, what we think of as the past, gives us the context on which we judge. I'm using that word deliberately, on which we assess and characterize and judge everything that appears to us here in the world. If we've completely forgiven the past, and according to true forgiveness from this course, if we've forgiven the past and acknowledge that there is no past, then we don't have those judgments anymore, do we? We don't have the context to know what a painting is for. We don't have the context to know what this is for. Oh, no past. Imagine. There is no past. Miracles clean the slate for us. On this blank slate, we allow our inner teacher, the Holy Spirit, Jesus, to guide us. Very beautiful. All right. Paragraph 14 talks about magic. Yeah. Not a magic trick like pulling a rabbit out of a hat or sawing somebody in half on stage and putting them back together magically. But that's not what we're talking about, but in a way, it kind of is. The Course has a definition of magic. It's uncreative use of mind. That's what it is. What is meant by that is that magic is exchanging one illusion for another. It is. It's exchanging one illusion for another. Anything physical is an illusion. Anything that changes is an illusion. So magic in the Course is referred to the exchange of one illusion for another. Now, this Course also states, and commentary, really insightful commentaries that exist on A Course in Miracles also state, and we need to hear this, that there's nothing inherently wrong with magic. There's nothing, if you're sick, there's nothing inherently wrong with taking medicine, a pill or a series of pills, or cough syrup, right? Or getting a shot if you're sick. For example, there's nothing inherently wrong with that. My former Buddhist teacher, Michael Conklin, Lama Michael Conklin of Portland, Oregon. Yeah. Hi, Michael. He'd find that funny. Yeah. Mentioning him on a worldwide stage. Yes. He said something very insightful about the use of medicine, because we see people that contend in the world that they heal the sick through prayer or through the manipulation of energy or something, right? Something like that. And a very insightful question was asked during a Q&A session here. This was, probably 20 years ago. And what I remember very, very well is Lama Michael's response. And he said, if somebody, and this is in a Buddhist context, talking about having karma or good karma. So maybe this is familiar to you, maybe it's not. But he said, if somebody has the incredible karma to be born right now with 21st century medical care and have the ability to take Western modern medicine and pray and heal the mind through more traditional methods, why wouldn't you do both if you have the ability to do both? Nothing wrong with popping a pill. It's very interesting. And this course states about magic that we're not to solely rely on it, of course. This is a course in mind training. So as we forgive, healing takes place on the level of the mind. The mind creates the physical, but while someone believes they're a body, in a body, as a body, man, woman, child, whatever, right? As long as we believe that we're here and this is concrete and real to us, there is absolutely nothing wrong and actually everything right with using some forms of what this course calls magic if it's going to allow your mind to accept the truth without fear. Very important, isn't it? Loving, very kind. Jesus is the, well, person, right? Spirit. Jesus dictated this course. Yeah. So naturally, it's kind and loving and gentle. Magic can rightly be used in the world to help someone accept the truth without fear. I mean, if taking a pill when you're sick is going to help you, take it. Really, right? Or not, your choice. A miracle, the more we practice them, the more we practice forgiveness, it in fact still means we might use modern medicine in this world. We might get sick. We might have to go to the hospital for a surgery or something. I don't know. I mean, we might, right? So what? So be it. It's 100% possible with practice to live completely what would people would consider a normal life in the world without believing in the reality of any of it at all. It's not real. This is not me, by the way. I mean, even right now, it's not me. It's a projected image on your screen. I mean, really, let's all think about that. So, lastly, paragraph 15, the purpose of time. What's the purpose of time? I mean, time doesn't exist, neither does space. We've projected it. So, what can it be used for? Our awakening. That's the purpose of time. If these ideas are outlandish, if they seem so far-fetched as to be completely untrue to you, doesn't make any difference. So be it. I mean, why wouldn't that be the case, actually? Especially if you are just starting out. And this could actually creep in for people that have been on this particular path for a long time. I mean, think of your own spiritual journey. You have your moments, don't you, right? We all do. It's part of that journey. It is, it's part of it. So the purpose of time is for us to wake up. How much time will it take? I don't know. I mean, really, this is a question between you and your inner teacher, isn't it? Where all of this is, in fact, personal. There is no individual, but here in the world, our own spiritual walk, our own spiritual journey it's highly individualized, right? The correct path, the best path, the best course of action for one person looks different than someone else. My calling, turn on the camera and microphone and share the Holy Spirit with you. And that is my calling. Yours may look completely different on the outside. And what this course tells us and reassures us is that it's only the outward form that appears to differ. Inside, it's the same. The content is the same. The cause is the same. The outer effect looks different, which is why there appear to be 8 billion of us. It's why there appear to be so many religious and spiritual traditions in the world. They're all necessary because some people will respond very favorably to this image on your screen. Others will respond more favorably to a different image, to someone else, to another type of teaching. That's absolutely fine. There are many doors. There are many doors. And the purpose of time is so that we may practice forgiveness, that we may, if you want to call it this, learn our forgiveness lessons, so that we may clear the blocks to our awareness of who we are. Heaven's not a place, it's an awareness. It's an awareness of perfect oneness. This is what time is for, so that we may clear the blocks and experience this perfect oneness. It's who we are. All right, guys. So, subscription button right down here in the corner, little red arrow. I'd love to have you. Please feel welcome to ask any questions that you may have, leave any comments that you may have, and I'm happy to be of assistance to you here on the path. This is why these videos exist. All right, guys. Thank you so much, as always, for joining me. I'll see you soon.